So let me just make sure we're going okay. Are we going okay? Is it going live? I don't know. If we're not, then it works out because she's not here yet. Hopefully she will be on soon. Yeah, we're going. Hi, hi, welcome to the live stream. Um, I'm waiting for her to join because once she does, then I can do our little sound effect that we do. So Um, hopefully it'll be soon. My name is Valerie. Welcome to Don't Watch at Night, a spooky little podcast dedicated to Spanish language horror and Latin American horror. If Veronica pops on here in a few seconds, then we will do that intro all over again so that she can be part of it. But $5 says she overslept. Last night, she and I watched 2020's Valley of the Dead. I say 2020, but I believe the film had a delayed release, so it didn't actually. I don't think it came to Netflix till 2022. And it's a zombie flick, which is right up Veronica's alley. And I think that she will have good things to say about it. I enjoyed it. So when she comes on, we'll get started, unless she is sleeping right now, in which case we're going to keep this going. We're going to keep this going for about like 5 minutes. And then that might be the end of the live stream today because my co-host is not with me, or she's having technical difficulties. I did text her. So, yep, she's got tech difficulties. She's switching laptops. Hopefully that won't impact anything for her. So we're just going to vamp. Okay. So while we're vamping, I will tell you that we have picked out a new book for the fall book club episode. So we will be announcing that at the end of this live stream. And we do have this episode. This is your video episode. If you're part of our Patreon, this is the video episode for this month. This is also the upcoming podcast episode that'll be released on August 18th, I want to say. Yeah. Yeah. So if you're catching us live today, great. But if not, if you miss us, or if you're like, I don't need to see these people on video, I'm fine just listening to them, then the audio version will be coming to you August 18th. And the audio version is usually a condensed, edited for time version. So less of us babbling and more of us just getting right to it. Maybe you prefer that. Maybe you like to hear us babble. Let me just text her back and just let her know. No worries. I'm vamping. Doing a great job of it too. You know what I was thinking about when I was getting ready for this live stream this morning? If you're in the Texas area and you ever want Veronica and I, Don't Watch at Night, to come and host your horror movie trivia night, we would love to. Get in touch with us, reach out to us. You can go find us at don'twatchatnight.com and you can email us at don'twatchatnightpod@gmail.com. Yeah, I think that's right. I'm pretty sure that's right. If that's not, just go to our website, don'twatchatnight.com, click on the contact link, and that's a faster way to get us. Okay. Everything's going with the live stream. We're going. While we're waiting, I don't really have updates to give you guys on my life. Fun little fact about me, on the side, I do preschool teach, very part-time. So I'm returning back to that this fall. I'll be teaching very part-time, working with little ones, which I think is a fun little, the dichotomy of me, horror podcaster, preschool teacher. But maybe that's just a given. I feel like a lot of people in the horror community are super, super nice. Some of the sweetest people, some of the most gentle people. This will all be edited out of the actual audio episode because this is dead content is what this is. And I apologize. Um, she's probably fighting for her life over there. Because Ron and I are not like the most tech savvy. And so if she's having technical difficulties $5 says her son, who would be the one to kind of help her through that, is either at work or asleep. So she's probably having to either wake him up or battle this out on her own. I don't know. So what else? What else can I tell you? In addition to this movie, which we just watched, some of the movies that we are kind of earmarking for the future are The Skin I Live In by Pedro Almodovar. And in looking at, we're going to talk about it when we start the show properly, but in looking at some of the other zombie movies that are available on Netflix, there are a couple of other ones that are other language films. One of them, a Philippine um, Philip, Philip, film from the Philippines called, I want to say it's Outside. I'll look at the list when the show gets started. I want to say it's called Outside. Looks really good. Looks really interesting. So periodically, Veronica and I do look at other foreign language films outside of, the Spanish language niche. Here she comes. Here she
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry.
No, you're
Now
fine.
I'm stressed out.
Did you have to work through it by
Uh,
yourself, or did you have somebody helping
we
you?
have, well, it was because I was initially trying to use my husband's Apple laptop thing because it was already set up here, and I have used it in the past, but I use my son's more often, and I'm used to that one, and I just was having issues, and
No, you're fine. I've been vamping. I've been like, well, let's see, what can I talk about?
sorry.
No, you're fine.
Next time we
Okay.
do a live, I'll make sure it's all set up before the night
Um,
before.
well, do you need to do any, I mean, we are live, so this is recorded, but do you need to do any mental, emotional prep before I bring in the cheer track?
The
Do
cheer track. What
the
does that
cheer
mean?
track. Are you ready to hear the cheer track?
Sure.
Here it goes. Here it goes. Everybody get ready. Okay, it always goes on too long, so we don't need it to go on that long. Okay, all right, welcome back, everybody. This is Don't Watch at Night, a spooky little podcast dedicated to Spanish language horror and Latin American horror. I'm Valerie.
And I'm Veronica.
We had already, Veronica, I had already kind of done this just to open the live stream,
Mm-hmm.
and I let people know. I'm like, we will be doing this again when she comes on. So, yeah. All right, welcome to the virtual live show, if you will, the live stream. We are here talking about movies, talking about scariness. But Ron, how are you doing? Isn't tomorrow the day that your gym does its soft opening, or no?
Yeah, so I'm like super tired and
It's exciting.
and that's
Oh,
been pretty much taking up all of my free time practicing
yeah,
and just learning, learning new routines and trying to get them into muscle memory so that when I get up there, I don't
yeah.
actually teach my first class until Tuesday,
Okay.
but I'll be there tomorrow to attend that instructor's because that'll be the first evening class. And
Yeah, yeah. How many hours?
so
How many days are you teaching weekly?
I'll be
Or classes, I
teaching
should say.
Tuesday night and then Saturday and Sunday mornings.
Oh wow. Okay. Fun. That'll be fun. I was, when I was trying to fill air, I was telling the peoples that I am returning to preschool teaching this fall. Very, very part time, but I do find it to be an interesting little contrast of being somebody who hosts a podcast dedicated to horror film and somebody who teaches preschool. So, um,
And how did that come about exactly? I haven't had a chance to
well,
like.
so this was last year. I served as a substitute teacher at my youngest preschool that he just graduated from, and so this summer they called me up and they said, "Hey, are you interested in potentially coming on as a lead? And if not, are you interested in just staying a sub?" And I said, "Well, I can certainly do lead. I wouldn't be able to commit to the full 5 days a week just because of other things that I've got going on. But if you can work with that, I'd be happy to come on and teach." And so they said, "Yeah, sure." So it's been that kind of just happened that way. Last year I substitute taught, and and they like to sort of work with people that they've already had a chance to see in the mix and
Mhm.
see how they do. So yeah, that's how that came about. But anyways,
That'll be interesting.
I did tell folks that at the end of this episode we will be announcing the next book club pick. So if nothing else, stick around for that, friends. But before we get into our movie segment, I did want to share this list that I came across for Veronica and for listeners, viewers at home from collider.com, because this movie that we're talking about is on it, and because Veronica's a zombie nut. So Ron, if you are looking to find any other movies on Netflix that are zombie related, this list is for you. So
And
this
by the
is
way,
uh-huh.
allergies have my eyes watering a lot. And so I'm not crying. If you see me dabbing at my eyes, it's just itchy, watery. I'm going to try not to claw them out either because they itch like crazy. Put eye drops in, but still.
Oh man.
So
Um
sorry, I'm a mess.
she's emotionally overrun.
I'm a mess this morning.
Okay, from collider.com, these are the 8 best zombie movies on Netflix right now. And this list was posted back in March. So these all of these movies might not be available now on Netflix, but it's worth hunting them down. So at the top of the list, I don't think this is any particular order, but at the top of the list is there's a movie, Veronica, that came out in 2020 called Hashtag Alive.
Mm-mm.
Like it's like a hashtag alive.
Mm-hmm.
It is a South Korean horror film. So this is what it says: between Train to Busan and the vastly underrated series Happiness, South Korea has been putting out some of the best zombie content. So this movie is among those. It's listed as a claustrophobic action horror film about isolation and survival that follows a video game streamer fending off a zombie horde from his meager apartment. So that sounds interesting. There's also, I'm sure you've heard of this one, Ron, 2017's Cargo, because it stars Martin Freeman. Had you ever heard of that one?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, I won't read this description because it straight up gives away some major plot points. So, but it came out in 2017. I had seen it come up before in my searches, so it might still be available on Netflix. Also, there's something called Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead, which came out in 2023. Um, it's it's kind of like a manga or anime. This is sort of based on that. The vibe is essentially Office Space meets The Walking Dead. So might be kind of a fun zombie comedy. There's Army of the Dead, which came out in 2021. That stars Dave Bautista. Oh, I didn't realize Zack Snyder directed, co-wrote. So that's a zombie heist movie. And then Our Valley of the Dead, and then Resident Evil Death Island, which also came out in 2023, and then 2024's Outside. I wasn't telling you about this. I was telling the listeners about this before you came on. So Outside looks really interesting, Ron. It came out in 2024. It's a Philippine horror film, and it just sort of looks interesting. It's reminiscent. It says reminiscent of a family drama, an isolation-induced madness of The Shining,
Hmm.
but the supernatural aspects are replaced with, zombie elements. So that might be cool. I was telling them every now and then we jump out and we do other language horror films. So that might be a cool one to look at some point.
Yeah. I actually haven't heard of most of those movies on that list.
Yeah. Yeah.
So more to check out for me.
More to check out for you. Veronica is a huge zombie fan. And if you listen to our previous episode, we did shoot, what did we just watch? What was the last
Summer
episode?
camp.
Summer camp. Thank you.
Ah, I finally knew a movie.
Summer camp. So we decided just not with any degree of planning, mind you, but we decided to just keep the zombie element going. So Ron, if you're ready to take us in, you're welcome to, unless there's something else you want to talk about.
No. I'm
Okay.
ready.
All
All
right.
right.
Take us in.
I feel like my ears are stopped up too.
Why? You sound
know.
fine. If it means anything, you sound normal.
I sound like I have a cold.
I always sound like I have a cold on this show.
Which maybe I do. All right. So we watched 2020's Valley of the Dead. It's out of Spain, action horror film. a minute and 42 seconds runtime. It actually, I think, was delayed. It was made like I think around COVID or right around that time, or it was delayed because of COVID, and so it
Mhm.
had a late release date. But
What's the did you catch the Spanish title of this one at all? Anywhere? I saw it in writing somewhere, but I forget.
malnazidos,
Okay, that's
which
what it
I've
was.
never heard that word. Malnazidos. All right. The Spanish zombie action film set during the Spanish Civil War. The film follows a group of soldiers and civilians who must unite to survive a zombie outbreak amidst the conflict. And it stars, sorry, I'm having to go back between my laptop and my phone because for some reason there's a big old ad covering part of my laptop screen. And there's no like X to get out of it. So I can't figure out how to make it go away. But anyway, stars Mike Esparbe as was it Han? Jean?
Ha-
Jan?
I think
Han?
was it Han?
I think it's Han.
Han
Han.
Solo. Okay, sorry.
Han Solo. Aura Garrido as priest killer. Luis Callejo as the sergeant. Alvaro Cervantes as Mecha. Uh, and I didn't catch all these people's names in the actual course of the movie, but
It wasn't the Russo just Russo, or was he Brodsky? He was
that was
Brodsky.
Brodsky.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Sergio Torrico as Brodsky.
right.
Jesus Carroza as Jurel. I think he was the ladies' man.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Manuel Lunel as De Cruz. Maria Boto as Sor Flor. Moad Gazuan, and I'm probably butchering that name, as Rafir.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Manuel Moron as General Lozano. And Francisco Reyes as the Nazi dude.
Nazi dude.
The
Yeah,
Nazi dude.
yeah.
All right. So, Valerie, what was your initial impression?
I
Like first impression, like as soon as the movie ended, what was your
I had a
feeling?
really fun time. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was giving Inglorious Bastards kind of, like that. I don't know if you ever saw that, but like
Mm.
that same kind of vibe. So I had a really great I thought it was great. What did you think of it?
Um, well, as a zombie movie, I think it was a little slow.
Okay.
And well, it depends on what the I don't know if it was a zombie movie that just happened to be set kind of in a wartime period or if it was a wartime period that just happened to have zombies in it. So depending on what the goal was would
Yeah.
would kind of say whether it met that or not. Like strictly as taking it as a zombie movie, I think it was kind of slow pace. Like the runtime I said was a minute and 42 seconds, which is like 12 minutes. Oh, oops, sorry, hit the mic.
Uh,
Which was 12 minutes over, that hour and a half sweet spot. And I think I kind of felt those 12 minutes.
uh-huh.
But I did enjoy it. It had kind of humor moments in there that were kind of funny. I don't know that that necessarily translates, to English
Mhm, mhm.
watchers, but I enjoyed the humor. And I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the cast, the characters. I liked almost all of them. So
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting because it is based on off a book, and I'm wondering if the book like I'm wondering if there's more Spanish Civil War background in the book than is portrayed here cuz yeah, it's like it's it's just an interesting mix of like some people were like it's not enough Spanish Civil War being mentioned, and some people are like it's too much, it's not enough zombie, interplay. So or not interplay, but mixing. I don't know what to say there, but yeah, it I'll agree with you on that. Like I felt like it wasn't as scary
no,
as
it was not scary at all, really.
I mean, I think I appreciated the humor. It was fast for me. Normally, I don't have a too much trouble keeping up. Obviously, I'm understand minimal Spanish, speak minimal Spanish. I'm constantly working on it, constantly working on improving my bilingual skills. But usually, I don't have any trouble keeping up with Spanish language films. This one was hard, a little bit tough for me. It was fast moving, but
Mhm.
so it took me a while to sort of get into the groove. I felt like I was missing jokes, and then as I was able to follow the plot. I was able to appreciate it more and appreciate the humor more.
And it's a
Um,
dry humor too,
yeah,
so
it's
that's
like a
why I
black
think,
comedy or dark
yeah,
comedy. Yeah.
it's very dry humor, and like you said, it does. The lines are it's almost like a play, really. The lines sometimes the lines are spoken really fast, like you would find in a play.
Hmm, hmm.
So I think in that sense, it probably flew by a lot of people as well. It didn't land quite well, but it was
Yeah.
funny. Like there was that one line where the sergeant is telling Han, uh, "You believe in nuns," and he's like, "I don't believe in nuns. They
They
exist."
exist.
So,
Yeah. When it's just like the deadpan way he delivers
yeah,
it, he's like, "Well, it's not so
mhm,
much that I believe in them as they exist." But
yeah,
but yeah, yeah. So just to if you've seen this movie, then you already know. But for anybody who doesn't, and by the way, there's going to be spoilers.
oh yeah,
If you're just coming to our show for the first time and you don't know what we are about, we will spoil this movie for you. So we generally announce our films ahead of time so that you have time to watch it. Obviously, with the live stream it's a little bit different. We're thrusting it on you. But if you don't want it to be spoiled, stop what you're doing, go watch it, come back. You can always catch the live stream later after the fact. Oh, we do have a comment from someone. Somebody says, love this film, it felt like Indiana Jones meets a Living Dead film. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. That's a good way to
it
put
was
it.
fun. I mean, like I was saying, it's for me it was Inglorious Bastards is sort of what it reminded me
Hmm.
of, probably because of the historical stuff going on in the background. So just to set that for you guys, if you haven't seen it, it's Spain, 1938. This is sort of the Spanish Civil War has been going on. And so you've got, it was like the Republicans and what are they, the Nationals? The Nationalists?
I don't know
Um,
enough about the
but in the
nationalists.
movie, they refer to them as the Nationalists, right? Or
Hmm.
am I okay? Yeah. So, yeah, and like it is adapted from a novel called Noche de Defuntos del 38, 38, by Manuel Martin Ferreras. So if you're looking to sort of dive deeper into this story, maybe go check out that book. But yeah,
Apparently, there's also a video game.
yeah, I saw that there's like a video game, which is cool. By the way, and we'll get to it, but did you see I finally caught the mid credits scene. I finally was
Hmm.
like, I bet there's a mid credits scene, and I fast forwarded, and sure enough, there was. Did you see it?
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Well, we'll talk about
I
that later.
left it running.
Okay, so
We had seen another movie that was set in the Spanish. Oh, what was it? Devil's Backbone was set
yes,
during the Spanish
yes,
Civil. So now I'm gonna be worried about those little boys wandering around out there with zombies.
yes. Okay, so I there's some standout moments for me. I want to talk standout moments. I want to talk favorite characters. Um, our listener, by the way, I don't know if you want us to disclose your name, so I'm not going to until you say it's okay. But feel free to chime in and let us know what if you had favorite characters or favorite moments, standout moments. But Ron, how did you feel the film opened? I thought it was a really strong opening to the film with the wedding scene. How did you the setup for that?
Yeah, it was pretty dark. It's a wedding in a little small village, and all of a sudden the Nazis roll up and just
Gun
shoot
down,
everybody, just
gun
mow
down
them
this entire
down,
wedding
and
party.
then the head honcho Nazi dude throws like canisters of I don't know, some kind of gas. It's not
Yeah.
tear gas, but some kind of gas starts emitting, and
And so you immediately sense where it's going, right?
mhm.
Or yeah, yeah.
So actually, I thought the tone of the movie was going to be a lot darker based
Okay.
on that.
Yeah.
So
We'll see, which is fair because the other thing to know is that um, Veronica doesn't watch trailers. So Veronica
yeah,
goes in blind.
hmm,
Versus I did know I was expecting some humor because I did watch the trailer. So yeah, but yeah, I can see where you would watch the opening and think, oh, this is gonna be grim. But yeah, you do sort of it automatically sets up what this is gonna be. And I thought that was a fun story device to sort of make the zombies be this biological warfare tool for the war.
hmm.
Um, yeah. Uh, who were some of your favorite characters?
Um,
All of you said
I mean, I
this
liked
is
them
the rare
all.
movie where Veronica liked everybody.
I liked them all except for like the uncle, the Nazi dude, and then the I don't know what his name was, and I can't get this darn
Four Eyes, the glasses dude.
Yes,
Yes.
the rebel who's like really fanatical
Yes, yes, yes.
about, you know, he's
I,
like whatever it takes
yeah.
to
I thought for
whatever his
sure
name was. Yeah,
I
him.
thought for sure he was actually like a double agent or something and sort of helping uh
The fascists.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, helping the fascists locate them and and so then the fascists were sending zombies to their location. Um but I also
Yeah.
I got the sense that they have no control over the zombies. The zombies are just doing what they do. They go where they want.
Mm.
Yeah, I liked everybody for the most part. I liked the Brodsky. I like Brodsky a lot. Did you say it's Sister Flor or what is her name? The nun.
She's listed as Sor, Sor, Flor, Flor.
Sor Flor.
I don't know what
Well, I'm just gonna call
the
her Sister Flor.
the
Sister
warrior
Flor.
nun,
The warrior nun.
the warrior
I
nun.
liked her. I liked her. I liked her character. I liked her end quote that she goes out on
Yeah.
when she takes the rifle and I even screenshot it because I wanted to read it back to you guys. So she and I might be getting the translation wrong, but she says she you know co- I don't know
Racks are
gun
good.
terminology, whatever with her gun, cocks her gun, whatever that is, and she starts walking towards the zombies and she's like, and the God of peace brought back from the dead the great shepherd of the sheep, our Lord Jesus, through the blood of the eternal covenant, to him whom be glory forever and ever. Amen. I thought that was great.
I personally, I would have used the shells that the sergeant gave her to shoot myself instead of let myself be eaten alive. But that's just my personal preference.
I gotta prep my closing lines to go out on Ron. I gotta have my quote ready to go for when my time comes. So
I will also say I really, because like Valerie said, I did not look up this movie at all online, so I'm just now looking at the movie posters for it,
yeah,
and I like them. They're really cool, and then the individual character posters are all really cool.
that's the part of it that kind of really reminds me of, like I said, Inglorious Bastards. That it's just sort of the the I don't want to glamour, for lack of a better way to put it, but they look very glamorous in this movie. It's
They're
like
very cool.
taking place during the 1930s and Nazi time, but they look very glamorous in this movie in much the same way I think they do in Quentin Tarantino's movie. So,
Hold
um,
on, mom's texting me.
our mother?
Yes.
Okay.
They're supposed to
Welcome.
be coming over sometime today.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, they're at the door. I'm
Hi,
like, oh,
mom.
oh
No.
crap. Hi, mom, if
Okay.
you're watching.
All right.
By the
I
way, for
responded.
those of you, again, if you're new, Veronica and I are sisters.
Yes.
We are in
Actual
our
sister.
we are in our third year of running this podcast. Um, okay, so our
Your favorite character. Well, yeah, you already said.
Daryl says it felt
Obviously.
like this film and Juan of the Dead were highly influenced by Shaun of the Dead humor. Yes, Juan of
Mhm.
the Dead is a film that Veronica really wants to watch, and we have not done an episode on it yet, but we want to. So,
One of the Dead.
Juan of the Dead. What were some standout scenes to you, Run?
Um,
Apart from that opening scene, which I think, yeah, was really strong. Um,
the scene. Well, the emotional scene, because like I was enjoying the movie, but the scene that actually kind of made me missed up a little bit was that Cruz's, you know, final sacrifice because he's been
yeah,
bitten and you know
yes.
he's
He's like
and
the
then
little
that whole exchange with him and
the race car driver
the race
dude.
car driver dude.
No, 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 not race car. He's
Motorbike. It's
motorbike,
like
motorbike. Yeah,
yeah,
motorbike.
motorbike racer dude, and that he did remember meeting him as a kid, and that was just like a sweet moment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That kind of
Um,
got me in the fields.
yeah, and it's like something about like it doesn't matter when you start a race, you have to finish it. That
Yeah.
kind of. I thought that was nice. I'm trying to see because I'm seeing chat on the YouTube, and there's also chat that it's directing me to here. Um,
Can I get on the YouTube and see chat? Never done that.
Well, like I have the YouTube link going just so I can make sure we're going. Okay, no, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Yeah, that was his demise was bitter was hit me in the feels
Because
too.
he was like only
Also,
17.
he's a
He's just a
kid. Also
kid.
also Brodsky when they come across Brodsky on the electric fence. I thought that was That
Well,
also hit.
he hesitated taking out Zombie Boy, little kid,
Yep,
and you
yep.
just can't do that in a zombie apocalypse.
That's
You
not a
have to be
mistake, Veronica,
prepared.
whatever, may
You
may
have to be
yeah,
prepared
gonna
to,
double tap the
you know, zombies are zombies, dude. You got to
Yeah,
take them out.
yeah.
Cannot
I
discriminate based on age.
Did we clarify for me, does Han ever find his brother?
No. Which
Okay.
I was kind of expecting him to come across him at some point, but
Yeah.
no.
And you would have to assume that his brother, if he's gotta be, maybe he's a zombie now, if he made
Yeah,
it
because
out.
Han is on the nationalist side, although I don't think he's like hardcore
He's just a rebel without
necessarily.
a
Yeah,
cause, really.
he's a corporate lawyer, and he's just who is actually when we first meet him, he's about to be executed by firing squad because he's been helping a lot of Reds, the
Oh, see,
rebels.
okay, see, I wasn't clear on what it was. I knew he
Yeah,
had butted a judge, but
like
okay.
he was like saving them from execution. In fact, in that specific
Oh.
instance, I think he had saved De Cruz from being executed and headbutted the judge, and the judge happened to be a personal friend, almost a cousin
Yes,
of
yes, yes.
Francisco Franco, the dictator.
Yes, the
So
dictator.
yeah, so we first meet Han, he's about to be executed by his
Yeah,
own side
by his own side.
for
Yeah, yeah.
helping the opposition.
Right, right, right. And
But
so
yeah,
that
and his brother, he has a brother who's on the rebel side, the
yes,
Reds. They call them the Reds, and so yeah, I
we
was
never do
expecting to
meet him.
kind of meet them and have them have a reunion, and that never happened. That was
Yeah.
kind of disappointing.
Yeah, yeah. And that is sort of played up quite a bit in this movie is just the ideological differences of these two sides because when Han and the kid, what's
De
his name?
Cruz,
The
De
Cruz.
Cruz,
When they
Pablo. We
oh
learned his.
Jesus, when you
Sorry,
pop into the mic like that, I'm just like I hear it so it doesn't
sorry.
it doesn't translate in the recording. You sound fine. It's like it doesn't sound particularly loud at all, but in my ear, it just always like surprises me because Veronica's so like calm, and then every now and then just it's boom.
No, we find out his first name is Pablo, like at the end when
The Cruz,
the
his first name's
motorbike
okay,
racer dude tells
gotcha.
him that he remembers his name, but he's De Cruz through the
Oh,
whole movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, that's right. Where was I saying? Where was I going with this? Oh, the ideological differences. So,
Hmm.
when Han and the Cruz are out, they've been put on assignment to go across this terrain, the Sierra, which is no man's land, I suppose. And they come across a fighter pilot that got shot down or something. They meet this ragtag group of rebels, and so it's just sort of like this coming together of these two groups who are like hardcore ideologically opposed, and they've got to work together to survive. Question, because it's coming up now that we're talking about the shot down pilot. Earlier in the film, when Han is getting his assignment with his uncle and he's,
Hmm.
getting ready to depart and he comes across that friend of his who had lost his limbs.
Hmm.
And remember he's lighting up the cigarette for his friend
Hmm.
who's being taken by Nazi dude we don't know where. Later on when they meet that zombie pilot hanging from the trees, is that their friend?
No, because that
Cuz
was
he's
they
also
said.
missing limbs.
Well, yeah, but they said that was an Italian pilot, which I guess they could tell by the
That's what they
plane.
say.
Well, no, because that's the friend was the one at the very end that bites Han in the train. Remember they she shoots at the Nazi dude, and
Mhm.
then zombies are already, have breached the room, the train car that they're in, so they're moving back, and he opens the door, and his friend is hanging there, and that's the zombie that bites him on the hand.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I just thought I was just like, "Oh, look, is that his friend?" And they turned him into a zombie.
that's what I thought at first, but then I was like, well, no, they keep calling him the Italian
Yeah.
pilot, and
Th that's exactly what a Nazi would say. Yeah, yeah. Anything else? Like, what other like, I thought that when they come back to the little town and we see the remains of the wedding party scene and we see the bride, I thought that was pretty well done too. Because you see this bride and you think, oh, thank God somebody made it, somebody survived. And
mhm.
so I was not expecting that she had been bit and that she then turns and you know attacks them in the tunnels. Did you see that coming? Did you feel like that was
No,
pretty obvious? I didn't see it coming.
I
I'm an
didn't see
easy
it.
dupe though.
I didn't see it coming because I it seemed like it was too long. Which
Yeah,
actually I was going to say that did that make sense in the with the rules established by the narrative? Did that make sense that it took her so long
so long to turn.
to turn?
Yeah,
But
because like how much time has passed? I don't even know. I
mm.
assumed that yeah, that happened early on and then days passed, but maybe but even still, even
But
if
then who
like a
knows?
day has
Because
happened,
yeah, but even then, I mean, I guess they don't turn right away because the Cruz got bit, and
he made it till
I don't know how
morning.
long they drove, to
Yeah,
that camp there, that what do you call it? Not a
um,
fortress. What do you call
fort.
that?
We'll call it a
Yeah,
fort.
the fort. Um, I don't know how long that drive was, but he didn't
Yeah.
turn right away either.
That's scary though. Like if you've been bit and you have no idea how long the turn time is, tell your people, "Hey, I've been bit. I could become a threat any minute. I don't
Yeah,
know."
we're all in this car together, this truck. Um,
Yeah.
I was happy that Rafir, the Muslim,
Yes, I was happy he made
because
it too.
yeah, twice he
Twice. Cheats death.
because first we think he's been bitten in the foot, and he's like, no. And then when he got snatched off, I'm actually not sure how did he survive that being snatched off
I'm
the.
not sure either because like the other two survived because they were in that glass enclosure because a bomb goes off. Like they set off a
Hmm.
bomb and somehow he makes it. But I think that's just he makes it on his faith alone. His
So
faith keeps him whole.
that was nice to see.
Yeah. Yeah. Um
And
eh,
then I did appreciate, and I'm going to come off as like I hate romance, which is not true. Like if I can show you a picture of my bookshelves with my most favorite books on it, they all have romance side plots in them. It's just
mhm,
I'm very picky about how romances are done. It's not that I'm against romance in general. I'm just very picky about how it's delivered, executed. But I did appreciate that in this movie there really wasn't one, and at the very end, the girl and the boy don't end up together because of course they're on
yeah.
completely opposing, political ideological viewpoints, and they have nothing in common other than the fact that they've survived this trauma, this
Right.
traumatic experience. And so
Yeah.
I appreciated that she takes him, drops him off outside his village, and she rides off into the sunset, and she never even told him her real name. So I
Right.
love that.
Yes. Yes. I thought that was honestly, I felt like that coupled with the mid-credit end scene just spells like, there should be a sequel. Like maybe they what's the word I'm looking for? Come together again to fend off the next invasion of
No,
zombies.
because then we would have romance, and nope.
So, I mean,
I'm gonna nix that right there.
well, no, because you just got through saying that you like romance in some ways. So, why wouldn't you like them coming together later on when they've had a chance to sort of earn it in the plot? Why wouldn't you champion that?
Because they'd still be on.
You just
That would
don't want
be
happiness, is what it is.
no, because that would be like too like. It's not that oh, I like peanut butter and jelly, and I like peanut butter and honey, or I roll the toilet paper this way and you roll it that way. I mean, they're talking some major
Well, yeah,
differences on
except that
ideologies,
he
and
already like doesn't fully believe in the ideology that he's fighting for. So,
well,
like,
then he should have.
if
He
anything,
should.
he's an easy convert.
Then he should have gone over and joined his brother
Well,
instead of staying on the side that's turning people into zombies on purpose.
Well, it's not like he knew that was going on, and you did just said, like, he was helping Reds avoid execution, so he's not totally, irredeemable. But yeah, I
No,
mean, I appreciated that they didn't end up together. I also
but
appreciate that, like, we never learn her name. We know that the reason she's the priest killer is because that priest did something to her
yes, I
sister.
wanted to know what she whispered to
I
the.
appreciate that we don't get told because it's like
I
you
wanted to
you
know.
know you know in these stories what that's all about. So I appreciated that we didn't have to
No,
dwell
I
on
wanted
that.
to know. I
I bet
wanted
you
to
they
know.
do in the book. I bet you it's more of a plot point in the book. Um, any like what
Oh,
other
I was about to say something, and what was it? Oh, on that mid-credit scene or whatever, because she shot him point blank in the head.
Ooh,
So
the zombie, the Nazi dude. Yes.
Nazi dude.
Yeah.
So how could that be his hand still moving?
That's a good question. Daryl. Daryl also agrees that they should have gotten together.
Nobody asked you, Daryl. No, I'm kidding.
No, but Daryl, I am asking you this. What do you think about that? Because Veronica brings up a good point. She did shoot Nazi guy in the head, didn't she? And so, how is it that he came back? Um,
Unless it was just some random person's hand, but
no, because well, I mean, we have resources that we link after every single episode. So if you're part of our Patreon, you don't have them yet. But you will have them. I will link them for you guys, and then we always include them in the on the podcast platforms. So you'll have links to reviews and stuff that we looked at when we talk about our films. And one of the reviews, they said the same thing, that it is the Nazi guy's hand come back to life. So I think we're right in identifying it, but you're right that I don't know how it is that he comes back.
because I went back and because at first I thought, well, maybe it's Han's hand because priest killer cuts it off to save
Oh,
him,
but
but
she wasn't wearing he wasn't
he
wearing
wasn't wearing
gloves.
gloves. So I
Yeah, yeah.
went back. I went back just to make sure that he wasn't wearing gloves, and I just missed it. And the Nazi dude is wearing gloves, but they're black. And the one in the mid credit scene looked kind of more like brownish leather to me. So I don't know,
Hmm.
but and
Um, unless it's like this is going to be the new biological evolution of whatever it is they've created to make these people zombies. Maybe it's like you can't shoot them in the head anymore. There has to be some other way to take them down. I don't know. That's
well, there's
interesting.
also the whole thing. I mean, I know they bombed the valley to supposedly clear out all, but how do you know that the random villager didn't wander out and make it out of the valley in that time? Like, you
Yeah.
can't be certain that the stragglers didn't make it out.
Yeah. Yeah. So to the point of some of the resources that we've looked at, there were people who had sort of let's see, like hold on. I feel like I'm missing some notes. Okay, what I wrote was you have a real mix of reviews on this, with some people wanting, like I said, less of the Spanish War stuff, more zombies, some people wanting more Spanish War to balance out the zombies. You also have some folks that really felt that this particular zombie film, and I'm quoting, doesn't do anything for the genre, which I feel is unfair. I feel
Well, I
like
mean,
that's
it doesn't.
overly harsh.
It doesn't. I think what they mean is it doesn't offer anything new in the
Yeah,
genre. Like it doesn't offer anything that we haven't seen before.
which is
Like
okay. Like it did,
yeah,
yeah. I think it's
but I
uh,
think I think if you're gonna do that and not offer anything new, it has to be like I guess there's like a higher standard. Like if you're just gonna toe the line and kind of follow what's already been done, you have to like
do it really well.
do it really well. Like Train to
Yeah.
Busan. Train to Busan didn't really introduce anything new in the I guess it's the mic again in the genre, but it was just like so well done, and it was
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
bam, 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 bam. Like you were on the edge. Maybe not you, Valerie, because you just seem kind of underwhelmed, but the
I
majority
did
of us.
like. No, that's not fair. I did like it. I
You
did
didn't
like it.
cry. You didn't
Veronica's
cry.
mad that I didn't cry,
She
but
got a
she had.
heart of stone.
First of all, you build it up so much that, like, by the time I watched it, Veronica loves Train to Busan.
I
So
love Train to Busan. I mean, you were just like on the edge of your seat the whole time, and it made you cry. Like how many zombie movies? Like
it was scary.
yeah, and so I think that's what they're meaning. It's not. Um, I mean, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
It's fun.
It's
It's
fun,
fun.
but
Train to
and
Busan is
I
I wouldn't
also
categorize as fun.
no, I also think I'm trying to remember if there's ever been another. I don't think a period piece zombie movie is very common. So I think, and that's where I think maybe you're getting people that are like, well, is it a war movie or is it a zombie movie? Because they're just not used to seeing a period piece zombie movie, and so
Yeah. For whatever reason, you said that and it made me think. You saw Pride and Prejudice and Zombies with me, right? We went to go
hmm
see that together.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
which was
That's
a
another.
fun movie.
That
Yeah,
was a fun movie.
that was a fun movie.
Yeah. So I I see what you're saying, that it's like you can absolutely have you I think you need a good balance of movies that are groundbreaking in their genre and then movies that just sort of fold into the genre cozy and don't necessarily challenge any conventions or anything, but you want to make sure you do it really well.
Yeah, what I also think there's a um, second watch syndrome, because I think when you watch something for the first time, if it doesn't meet whatever your own personal expectations were, it can make you have a more negative or more critical out view. But then I find me personally sometimes if I go back and I rewatch it, knowing what it actually is, I can enjoy it better, and
You
I
can
and
appreciate
I
it.
and I end
Yeah.
up liking it more than I did when I first watched it. Because so sometimes you just have to go back and rewatch something again and
Yeah.
enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because your expectations can color a lot of
A lot of your
your
first
yeah.
reactions because you're expecting something and you get something completely different. Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, I think I was expecting it to be like a little bit more laugh out loud funny, but
Based on the trailer? Because
yeah,
you did watch the trailer,
I
right,
did watch
before
the
the movie?
trailer. So I was, but yeah, the dry humor was more prevalent. But I did appreciate that. I think if it had been if it had been like slapstick comedy, I don't know that it really would have.
I don't think, yeah, it wouldn't have worked
Yeah.
either.
So I appreciate that it was. Is that the dog?
No, that's oldest son.
I was like, is that
No,
Coda? um,
he's getting
I,
ready for work.
is he whining that he has to get ready for work?
No, that's how he calls the dog. He'll just go, "Co,"
Oh,
because I guess coda is too long to say, all four letters.
two syllables. Yeah. Uh,
That's what I meant. Two syllables.
um, yeah. But I see that point. Initially, when I was reading those reviews that I felt were like overly critical, I was like, I feel like that's unfair. But I do see what you're saying, and that makes sense. Um, I did thoroughly enjoy it though. And I do think it has talking about rewatchability, I always try to gauge a film by like, would I watch this again? And I think absolutely. I think it's a
Yeah.
fun, easy watch. So I recommend it. There is this quote. What did you want to say?
No, I just was gonna say another scene that I really enjoyed was the scene where I don't know these people's names. The flirty dude and who's on the nationalist side and the race car, not race car, motorbike
Motorbike
racer
guy. Yeah.
end up in the same, they both like seek refuge in the same cab of a truck, and they're like locked in there and surrounded by zombies. And so the kind of conversation that they have when they're in there,
Yes,
and
yes,
then
yes.
they go
And
out and the nationalist is like, long live Spain. And then the other dude's like, wait, which
which
Spain?
Spain?
Your Spain, my Spain, boom. And
Yeah,
so
that was funny.
I like that scene.
And I liked that scene because I did think that it was very much against his like dirt bike guy's character as far as
Hmm.
we had understood him throughout this movie for him to bail on his
Hmm.
on his team. He's just like, "Well, I'm not made to do whatever, so peace out, bye y'all." And like it's like, "What? Like,
Yeah.
you start a race, you have to finish it." Right? That's what you said. So I thought it was very out of character for him to abandon them. So I'm glad that
Hmm.
he had a moment to come back and even if unintentionally redeem himself. So
Right.
same
And
thing with the coward guy.
that also reminds me of something else, because like the whole movie, you've got this motley crew of nationalists and reds, that are having to work together, trust each other, and they just keep sniping at each other over their political differences. And I'm the whole time I'm thinking, dudes, there's bigger stuff, at
Right.
play here. Like let's. But then in that scene where you've got the two of them, trapped in the cab of that truck, and they pull out their individual pictures of their girlfriends, their wives, their loved ones, and you hear that, oh, flirty dude pulls out, which, why are you flirting if you've got this lovely woman? But anyway, he pulls it out and he said, yeah, your side killed her at whatever, instance. And then the other bike racer dude pulls out his picture of his wife and his son. And he said, yeah, I saw the house fall on them after your side bombed them. And so then you kind of, it's really, brief, but that's when you can kind of get a sense of like maybe this is why at least they're so locked into their
Yes.
political viewpoints, because they've suffered like real
Right, right. Yeah.
losses, and they
Yes.
have, actual personal, stakes in this.
Yeah.
But then you can kind of understand better why
Right.
it's hard to
Yeah.
overcome that in the
Yes.
moment.
Yes. Yes. Agreed. Yeah. It's sort of like you start to see that there is actual, and I don't
They have
mean to
reason
sound
to hate each
naive,
other.
but there
Yeah.
is actual blood on the blood that's been shed, and
Hmm.
they do have actual skin in the game, I guess, for any other way to put it. But yeah, yeah. Um, trying to think if like there were others. We already talked about Sister Flor. I thought that was great. I thought her send off was great. I thought is the leader of the rebels is Sergeant? Is
They
that
just call him Sergeant. Yeah.
Sergeant? I thought his send off was great. So like where he's put the coal in the train or whatever, he's going to get the train moving. He sees he's being overrun by zombies, and so he does what Veronica would have done in the situation. He's like, well, I'm going to go out on my own terms, and
Mhm.
he says whatever about uh, to his amor, his
Yeah.
sister Flor, that if heaven is real, here's to seeing you on the other side, or something like
Which,
that.
maybe that's why she didn't take the same out. Um, because she's Catholic, obviously, she, feels suicide is a mortal sin. Although
Mm,
I would argue that, I don't know, she's already dying. She's
yeah.
been bitten, so I don't know. There's some theological issues going on there, because I would
No.
like knowingly walking into a horde of zombies. Is that not kind of suicide too? But I don't
Right.
know. It's kind of hazy.
Right, right. Yeah. So I there was no other ending for him, obviously,
Yeah.
but it was another one that kind of caught me in the feels. It was a really well put together cast, all very, very nicely fleshed out characters. And I enjoyed them all. I thought their performances were all great. I don't think there were any weakest links. Everybody was great.
Yeah.
For such a big ensemble. So it was really, really great. There's this quote that will be coming to you guys in one of the reviews. This is from Keith in the Movies, keithinthemovies.com. He says, while this may be a hard film to read initially, it quickly begins to reveal its identity. It's a zombie flick for certain, but it's also very much a war movie, a survival thriller, at times a black comedy, and a sharp critique of human division and how we cling so tightly to our differences. So it's a good review. If you guys haven't had a
Hmm.
chance to look at it, we'll link that for you. I don't know if there was like anything else you wanted to say about.
Uh, I don't think so. I did also like the exchange of lines when the two sides kind of meet up at that, old shack or house in the valley, and bike racer dude is commenting to Rafir, uh, and makes some kind of snide remark about how, yeah, your Allah doesn't seem to mind, or doesn't, what is it? Something about has you killing your fellow brother or man or something. And Rafir responds back, well, your God doesn't seem to mind you killing,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
brother either. So it just kind of uh, a little jab at just religion and
Well, and the way people wield
the
it
way
too.
people wield it as a weapon. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
To
yeah.
serve their own ends, when
Yes.
Jesus would actually probably be appalled, not probably would be appalled at all of it.
All right, but I mean, definitely give this one a watch, guys. This was a good one. I would watch it again. Ooh, light scale. Where would you rank this one?
I mean, I
Light
think you could
switches.
watch it at night. I don't think
Yeah.
I personally didn't find it scary.
What did you think
Um,
of the zombies? Not particularly.
they're not this one wasn't not the best special effects I've ever seen, but I mean, it was okay.
Off recent memory, what have you found? What film or shows or whatever off your recent memory? What zombie effects have you been like most impressed by? What movie or show had to you really impressive zombie effects? You've seen way more zombie films than I have, so you can probably comment on this better than I can.
Well, I mean, The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, Train to Busan had some freaky effects. So
Yeah.
pretty any big budget.
Yeah.
I don't know what the budget was on this movie, but
Yeah.
any big budget zombie movie, World World War Z.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, the way that their pupils go kind of dark in this one,
Mm,
that part kind of reminded me a little bit of the movie we just watched, Summer Camp. So, sort
mm.
of the same. They don't really look dead. They just look pale with darker eyes. So,
I did find it funny that like people like when they're alive, their teeth like look normal, and then they turn, and all of a sudden they've got really bad teeth. I'm like,
yeah.
what? How does that happen?
The decay, the process of decay is just like that. Yeah. Yeah, you can watch this one in the dark. This one's not gonna keep you up at night. But it is a fun watch. So definitely give it a look.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Okay. All right. Well, we can move it on to second segment then. Veronica and I have chosen our book for. Oh, you know what? I was going to talk about that article, but did I link that article? No, I didn't link it in the in the. Hold on, I'm looking. Okay, I didn't link it in the episode outline. I emailed it to you. There, but let's get to the book. While I'm flailing to find the thing, let's get to the book. So we have picked out our next book club selection. We are going to be reading a book called Suburban Dicks. Suburban Dicks. Uh, Hold on, let me find it. By Fabian Nicieza. Nicieza. So this book came out in. Um, I don't actually know when this book published in 2022. So, and it's like the first in a series, I believe. So there is a book two. This is the first book. We decided we'll start with the first book. So a little bit about it. From the co-creator of Deadpool comes a hilarious, entertaining debut featuring two unlikely and unforgettable amateur sleuths, an engrossing and entertaining murder mystery full of skewering social commentary. So right off the top, that's one thing that I want to tell you guys. Veronica and I decided we're going to take a little bit of a detour from our normal, you know, quote unquote traditional horror book selections just because we kind of both wanted to try something else, take a little bit of a break. This is our book club, so we can do what we want.
Mm,
Okay, so here's a little more about the book. Andy Stern thought she'd solve her final homicide. Once a budding FBI profiler, she gave up her career to raise her four, soon to be five children in West Windsor, New Jersey. But one day between that's a lot of children.
mm.
But one day between soccer games, recitals, and trips to the local pool, a very pregnant Andy pulls into a gas station and stumbles across a murder scene. So she's prego solving a murder? That's fun. An attendant has been killed, and the bumbling local cops are in way over their heads. Suddenly, Andy is obsessed with the case and back on the trail of a killer, this time with kids in tow. I'm not going to read the rest of it because this is really long. But Suburban Dicks, one of a kind mystery that readers will not be able to stop talking about. So that's what we're reading, just to sort of try something new. More murder mystery, less horror. But we'll be reading that one. You have a long time to read it. Our book club episode for that isn't coming till end of October, so you have plenty of time to get that book and read it and be part of discussion with us. If you go and you find us over on patreon.com, join our Patreon for free. You can be part of the discussion online there. Ron, while I'm still looking for that article, is there anything else that you are taking in or enjoying right now? This isn't recommendation time, but just anything else that you're looking at.
No, I have not had time to do anything but practice. But I do want to just say, because I did finally find the chat feature thingy,
Uh-huh.
and I misunderstood. So Daryl Axe, I thought they had disagreed and thought that the two, the man and the woman, should have gotten together. But they actually agreed with me. So Daryl Axe, I apologize. Your opinion is welcome here anytime, especially when it agrees with
Oh,
mine.
sorry. I misunderstood, Daryl.
Yeah. So blame
Okay.
Valerie.
All right. Whatever. Okay. So I just wanted to share with you guys this article, a little bit of it, because we do try to talk about this stuff um, periodically. It is the reason. It is one of the key reasons that we started up this podcast, just talking about Lat- Latinx representation in film, and and the need for more of it. So there's an article that came out in December of last year. So it's older, but just 2024. This is from, by the way, hiplatina.com. We'll link it for you guys. 2024 in retrospect to Latinx representation matters year round. So it's just an article that kind of argues for the fact that we need this kind of representation present in our storytelling all the time, not just during Hispanic Heritage Month. So according to the 2020 census, Latinx people make up approximately 20% of the US population. We account for 51% of all new population growth. And as this country becomes more diverse, so too does the consumer base. And so as our buying power increases, our representation should increase. People want to see themselves reflected in advertising, on screen, across pop culture. And yet, when it comes to representation in media, the article just points out that we're still lagging behind. They do also link to a 2023 study by the Latino Donor Collaborative, which I think I've also talked about that study before. Just the study highlights how Latinx representation in Hollywood is declining. And I didn't have a chance to read this one, but just recently there was an op-ed in the New York Times, I want to say, kind of talking about how Hollywood is sort of trending back to being whiter again, perhaps because of the political climate that we're in. So it is just sort of relevant in this time when, you've got DEI programs ending and you've got sort of an attack on, diversity in storytelling, perhaps happening, that we need to push for representation in our storytelling even more and not drop it. So it's just something to think, something to reflect on. And I've got the article linked for you guys. The study that it links does say that although we make up 24% of movie ticket sales and streaming subscriptions, only 10% of main cast roles are played by Latinx actors. And you know, it's a disparity. How can we make up 40% of the audience for blockbusters, but we're not the heroes reflected on screen? So great article. I'll link it for you guys. Give it a read. And that's it. I haven't really been watching anything either. I'm still trying to get through Untamed. We've been so busy, but we are enjoying it. Good show.
Yeah, I haven't watched any more episodes since
There
of
is
anything.
a fun, cozy little murder mystery film coming to Netflix. The Thursday
Murder
Murder
Club.
Club?
I have the book. I can't decide if I want to read the book first and have it spoil the show, or watch the show and then read the book and have it spoil the book. So I don't know.
Did you see the casting for it? It's really
Mhm.
great. Ben Kingsley, Pierce Brosnan. I don't remember.
Helen
Helen
Mirren.
Mirren. Yeah. So I haven't read the book. I feel like I've heard about it. I've heard of the book, obviously, but I haven't
Yeah, I
read
think
it.
there's like 4 or 5 books out now in that series.
That's why I thought it was going to be a show. Somebody on Threads said no, it's a movie, but they might
I
make
don't know.
subsequent movies.
Yeah.
Did you see
If
how
it's
they?
popular, because actually Untamed, the show that we both have started and are enjoying with Eric Bana, that was only originally intended to be just a limited, like a one season, but it's been so successful that Netflix said, hey, we want more. And
Yeah,
so now they just announced, or I just saw yesterday, that they are going to be doing a second season of that.
I was very disappointed that they're not renewing The Residents. I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
Did you watch that one?
I haven't finished it.
I liked it. I thought it was fun, and I'm very sad that they're not renewing it. I do have My Only Murders coming back here soon, so I'm going to enjoy that one. I know that when the new season of Wednesday has dropped, I don't know if I'll. It seems like it's geared towards younger people, and I am. I think you and I
Not.
talked about this last with season one. It just seems like it's geared towards younger people. So I don't know that I'll. But it is Tim Burton, and I do like Tim Burton, so I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a look. So, all right. Well, I don't have anything else unless you do.
No.
Okay. So, Suburban Dicks is the name of the book. Fabian, I already forgot his name. Fabian Nicieza. We'll link it. We'll be what's the word I'm looking for? Posting about it on social media today. Now that we've announced it, we will be posting about it on social media. Fabian Nicieza. I need to get his last name down. Nicieza. And we'll have that book club episode coming to you in October. So lots of time to read.
Yep.
Do we have our next film picked up? Do you want to try to do The Skin I Live In? What did I say before we went with this one? What was the one I had wanted to watch? Holly Blood.
Hollywood.
Holly Blood. I
Is
won't.
that a Christmas thing?
No, it's there's a vampire element to that one.
Oh, okay.
But it looks real dumb. I don't know. I don't know if we want to opt for something more substantive and then do Holly Blood, kind of like balance it out, ride the waves of
Waves of horror.
So we could, I don't know, if we can find The Skin I Live In anywhere, that is one we should watch soon. If not next episode, then soon, because it is, it's one that's very high up there on Spanish language horror films. So we'll see what we've got. We will always post about our films, upcoming film episodes on our social media. So if you don't follow us already, please do. We're Don't Watch at Night Pod pretty much everywhere. So find us on Blue Sky Threads, Instagram, YouTube. And that's all I've got. Anything else from you?
No, ma'am.
All right. Well, friends, thank you so much for tuning into the live stream and for bearing with us as we kind of got a late start. This was great, super fun. We always try to do live streams periodically, and we always post about it on our Patreon and on our YouTube. So find us there. And that's it. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
I gotta do the dark side. I gotta do the clapping. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.